What if you can get a $20,000 bonus for a $1 idea? Yeah, sign me up. That sounds too good to be true though. But actually, in commercial real estate, this happens all the time. If you want to understand why, let's look at some simple math. And don't worry, this is really, really basic math, just simple arithmetic that anyone can manage. But first, some facts. Okay, in commercial real estate, everyone, buyers, sellers, brokers, banks, everyone uses a basic formula, and that is the value of a property, okay, so the price someone is going to pay for it is equal to the NOI divided by the cap rate. And immediately you might have some questions about this, like, okay, that's nice, but what is the cap rate? What's NOI? Value should be okay. So cap rate is what you can expect in terms of like a return on investment if you bought a property entirely in cash, right? So let's say you paid, okay, $100,000 for a property and the property makes $10,000 per year, right? Then the cap rate there is going to be 10, right? You got a 10% return on your investment per year. That's the way to understand cap rate. And since we're doing definitions, the NOI is all of the income that the property generates minus all of the expenses, right? Except for the mortgage. Okay, so now that we've got those definitions out of the way, let's go back to the formula that we mentioned. And let's say you come up with a revolutionary idea and you manage to boost the rent by $1 in each unit of your apartment building. Let's look at how this affects the valuation. All right, so we just said that we boosted the rent by $1 per unit. And let's assume we don't have any parallel increases in the expenses. That means we've actually boosted the NOI per unit per month by $1, right? But let's say we have a 100 unit building. That's $1 per month times 100 units. We now have $100 extra of NOI per month. However, we need to look at things on an annualized basis. So $100 per month times 12 months per year, $1,200. Following me so far? And now we need to examine the cap rate. In the current market conditions, I think a 6% cap rate is very, very fair. It might be lower than that, but we'll just use 6%. So $1,200 divided by 6%, okay, gives us $20,000. And this is how, with a $1 idea, you can get an exponential increase in the value, right? So it's a ratio of 1 to 20,000. But what if, oh my goodness, we entered like the evil genius territory and we don't come up with a revolutionary idea, but we come up with an evil genius idea. And so now we have boosted our rent by $100 per unit. Using the same example, actually all we have to do is add 2 zeros, right? Which will give us 20 million. But let's go through the math. Okay, $100 per month times 100 units, that gives us 10,000. 10,000 times 12 gives us 120,000. And then 120,000 divided by the 6% cap rate gives us 20 million, right? So a $100 increase in rent will give us a $2 million increase in the valuation. And like I said, this formula is simply a fact. Banks use it, everyone uses this formula. The value of a property, or the price someone is going to pay for it, or the price is going to be refinanced at, is equal to the NOI divided by the cap rate. And there you have it. This is exactly why, once I understood this and a few other basic things about commercial real estate, I was like, wow, okay, that sounds quite exciting. And that's why I dug deeper, and eventually I decided, you know what, this is exactly what I want to be involved in. This is exactly why so many of the people that I know who are quite successful, they are heavily invested in commercial real estate because of the predictability and this ability to force the appreciation by boosting the NOI. So for me, my only regret was that I did not start in this space sooner. But, ignorance is bliss. Not ignorance is bliss, but I didn't know what I didn't know. But once I knew, I said, oh my goodness, let me focus on this. And if this math does not appeal to you, I really don't know what to say. I've got nothing for you. However, if this math appeals to you and you think, oh wow, that really does sound interesting, such an extreme ratio between, boosting the NOI and then boosting the valuation of the properties, then, reach out, let's talk, let's see whether your investment goals or whatever align with the properties and the deals that we like to get involved in. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. And if there's only one video people watch, or there's one thing that people know about commercial real estate, I think it should be this one. And if it appeals to you, like I said, boom, dig in deeper. If it doesn't appeal to you, then maybe the commercial real estate space isn't for you, and you can keep investing in stocks or other things, that whatever you want, right? Everyone has a different path, and that's cool. But for me, definitely commercial real estate is where it's at. I love this kind of ability to force the appreciation. Maybe you will hear me say that over and over and over again, because really it's one of the most appealing things about commercial real estate. All right? See you in the next video. Haven't joined yet? Our free investing group gives you front row access to new deals and helpful investing education. Sign up today.